The key to riding an avalanche terrain is preparation. I'm going to show you how throughout this virtual training series. These are proven effective techniques. I'll be sharing my 24 years of instructing experience in short segments that get right to the point. Last time we talked about gear. Let's talk about using a shovel to do stability tests. The more you dig, the more you learn. Take a level 1 or AST1 class to learn how to interpret the results from stability tests, where to dig, and whether the results are reliable for the avalanche problem. Most snow looks good from the surface. It's when you dig that you get the real story.
Learn these stability tests and look at the structure of the snowpack. Always check the forecast, but the forecast is a starting point. When you're out there, the forecast area is huge. Do your own stability test. Always be observing. I'm going to show you a couple of quick tests. This is called the compression test. It's a 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter column. The back is isolated. I'm going to put my shovel on top of the column. A common mistake that people make is they hit too hard. You're going to do 10 taps with your fingers from the wrist, just letting gravity take over, and then 10 from the elbow, letting your hand drop, and then 10 from the shoulder. Okay, don't hit too hard. These are universal tests. If you look at a compression test anywhere in the world, you want to know that the people did it the same way. Too many people hit too hard. So I'm going to put it right on the column here. What constitutes failure is collapsing or shearing. Okay, so I'm going to do 10 from the wrist, 10 from the elbow, 10 from the shoulder. Now, if you want to hit it harder afterwards, that's fine, but with the steps, go through like I just showed you. I've seen people put a glove on the blade so when they're hitting it, they don't hurt their hand. You're doing it way too hard. Also, you need to do it with the gloved hand. So I'll give it a couple extra hits. That's not good. The next test we're going to do is called the extended column test. It is 30 centimeters by 90 centimeters. All sides are isolated. Which side do you put the shovel on? You put it on the side with the shallower snowpack. It's the same progression of taps as the compression test. So I'm going to put it right here. Once again, I'm watching for collapsing or shearing, and I want to see if it propagates across the column. So 10 from the wrist, using gravity. 10 from the elbow. 10 from the shoulder. Just cracked right there. It did not propagate across. I forget how many that was. I think that was 2 from the shoulder. 3. Now I'm going to give it one big hit, see what happens. This is a spring snowpack. If you look right here, I'm going to take my fist through, has some firm layers here, gets softer here, and where it's failing is right down here. There's no cohesiveness to that snow. Hard to trigger one, but if you do trigger one, it could be a very big one. We're on a west-facing aspect, up around 11,000 feet. The next test we're going to do is called the Propagation Saw Test. We're doing this on the edge of our pit, saves a lot of digging. This column is 30 centimeters deep, by 100 long. Since our other tests were failing 100 centimeters down on that loose, unconsolidated snow, that's where I marked it. So we're going to take the back side of the snow saw and run it up that parallel with the top layer. We're going up the weak layer, and we're going to see what happens. pretty similar results. Deep failure and propagation saw test. We did the compression test and the extended column test.
Well, there you have some basics on how some popular tests are performed. Training and experience will tell you how to interpret the results. It takes years of experience and training to get a good understanding of what you're seeing. Bottom line is, propagation is not good. That means if the forecast is showing considerable danger with a persistent weak glare and you're not getting any failure in your test, it probably means you're doing the test in the wrong spot. This is why we check the avalanche forecast. Forecasters spend their time trying to figure out the snowpack and want you to know what to expect and what terrain to avoid. Here's a tip. Don't rely solely on your phone for navigation or emergencies. Limited cell service in many areas out west, and batteries don't last long in the cold. I use a GPS satellite messenger and have an extended glove box on my snowmobile with a Garmin mount. That Garmin mount holds my GPS. You start the sled, the Garmin powers up. Easy to see and navigate. Thanks for watching, and get your friends to watch so you're all on the same page. Here's some links to win prizes and learn more.